Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
All right, we get started on 24-hour temperature cast. Like yesterday, we should have more clouds and more showers starting a little earlier, so hopefully at least some spots don't get as hot in the first place. Yesterday, we still had a lot of numbers into the lower and mid-90s. We can do that again today. It all hinges on where we're getting the showers and when. They should start in spots even before lunchtime today, so maybe that can slow these numbers down a little bit, but it's still going to be really, really humid out there. I see a couple of spots like parts of Lafayette County and Taylor County where we've got a couple of showers, maybe a few more, some of our western areas. Over the past little while, you'll see how they're trying to move from west to east, and this is the beginnings of hopefully what should be a nice little wave of showers this morning, not just to give us some more rain, but to slow down those temperatures. It's still going to be very, very humid out there. We've got lots of available moisture, so we could get a couple of decent downpours in some of those showers as well. It's 79 degrees at the Tallahassee Airport, 79 in Valdosta, 77 in Thomasville. Things didn't cool off much last night. It usually doesn't when the dew point temperatures stay so high, when you have so much available moisture. Moist air does not cool off or heat up as well as dry air does. Now, I think over the next couple of days, we start talking about a change in wind direction and a little tiny bit of drying, which should allow the temperatures maybe in the overnights to dip just a little bit lower, but will also allow the afternoon numbers to heat up a little bit higher. So it's not going to get cooler. It's just going to feel a little less gross outside. I see that 80 in Perry, that 84 at Apalachicola this morning. We're talking way warm. The breeze is still mostly from the southwest when there is one. It's doing a pretty good job of limiting any fog. So again, another day where you'd expect to find a whole bunch of fog, but we're not finding all that much. Most visibility numbers better than 7 miles. On our satellite radar composite, we see more clouds than sprinkles, but we're starting to get a couple of showers out there right now. And maybe you can see this little thin line from up near Atlanta that goes back through parts of Alabama. That's actually a little weak boundary. Now, this time of year, boundaries struggle a bit to get through, especially in the southeast. And this one's going to struggle a little bit. And it's not like the air behind this boundary is cold. It's just a little less humid. So what happens is if we can get some of that drier air in our area, and I think that we can, at least maybe for some northern and northwestern sections today, and maybe a little bit more tomorrow and on Friday, what happens is it feels a little less gross outside, but I still think it's going to be awfully hot. And remember, we're still talking July here, so even when we remove a little bit of the humidity, or at least reduce it a little bit, it's still going to be humid outside, just not like it's been. These past 4 or 5 days have been rough, even for around here, when we have constant dew point numbers that are between 75 and 80. That's really, really high humidity. Maybe we can scooch that down just a little bit over the next couple of days, and that should thin out the chances for showers. Not take them away, just thin them out a little bit. So I think we have our best shots for showers early today, and then those sort of get suppressed a little further to the south as we see those winds turn more to the northwest and north, trying to bring in a little bit more of that drier air. I do not think it's going to feel very different outside for very long, but if we do remove just a little bit of that humidity, it might be a little less uncomfortable outside for a couple of days. Now, the tropics, nice and quiet. Those remnants of Beryl still bringing some rain into parts of the northeast now, but as far as the rest of the Atlantic Basin goes, got a whole lot of nothing going on out there, and that's the way we like to see it. It is still muggy today on the Gulf. Those winds out of the southwest and west up to about 16 knots. Those winds will turn a little bit more towards the west and northwest. It's so muggy this morning again, like it's been, but hopefully after today we can remove just a little bit of that humidity. It'll still be humid this afternoon. There'll still be showers, and I still think the warm spots are going to get to the lower and mid 90s, but not everybody will. We'll leave the rain chances this morning and this afternoon around 60%. Tonight, that slight drying starts. Mid-70s, I'd love to see some lower 70s creep in. I'm just not sure we're going to get them. And over the next couple of days, the rain chances come down a little. They don't go away. There can still be a couple of afternoon pop-up sea breeze type showers Thursday and Friday, but it feels like at this point it's going to be a little bit brighter, a little bit drier, and a little bit hotter heading into the upcoming weekend. And I think some of that humidity starts coming back by Monday and Tuesday. So this is temporary, but it might be nice to get just a little tiny break from all that icky sticky.